bite my upper lip. Lower lip.
Not here to win, just here for the snark. Now shut up and pedal.
Shut up and pedal!
Wait, you did this. This isn't the first time, right? I've heard this.
No, I've played it like 5 or 6 times. But
Is it getting any
never
better?
Here.
Well, I was listening to one the other day where you guys were all roasting me about the way I was racing. So I think I heard it on
I
that
didn't,
one.
because
We
I
played
wasn't
it then.
there. It was your brother.
Yeah, Sam was going in pretty deep.
Yeah.
We played it then. And do you guys have something against ska?
What's ska?
Oh my God!
Our house.
Ska. It's a genre of music.
Wow.
I thought it was coming back. But
It is. It never left.
No, there you go.
I'm already disappointed, and I haven't even done my opening poem. Here we go. The Giro starts on Friday. Peloton in pink. They'll suffer in the mountains till their legs refuse to think. They'll push massive watts just to outrun the Broom, while I'm just panic training for the start of
Drink.
Tour de Bloom.
Nice.
It has been 2 weeks, boys and girls, and we're back in time for the Giro. Welcome to episode 525, the longest existing podcast on the sport of cycling. This is the Packfiller Cycling Podcast. You know us. We're the podcast tape live that sounds like just like a post-ride beer with a bunch of friends and one asshole. I'm potentially that asshole. So let's get to the introductions. And we can't have introductions without our Skratch Lab prologue question, powered, of course, by Skratch Labs. New flavors, by the way, being released as I speak, including the return of, and tell me what you guys think about this, cucumber
It's
lime.
good.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. It my wife liked it. My daughter liked it.
Really?
I liked it.
Would you like it in the third hour of a long, hot ride?
Well, when they did it last time,
Yeah?
it was actually cut. It wasn't as heavy as
Okay.
the standard stuff. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
it's a
yeah,
little
it was
light.
refreshing.
It's
yeah.
light. Okay.
And I'm not into the heavy pow
Yeah.
stuff in my mouth.
Yeah.
Not that long. A little more.
Cucumber's always refreshing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been a huge cucumber water kind of a person, so I don't know. The lime, of course, but it makes me curious. There.
The cucumber comes out really strong on that.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Well, I might have to pass.
Well, you have to
Might
try.
not be my thing.
If I have some left over, I'll bring it over.
All
and try
right.
it.
Tonight's prologue question. If you had an unlimited budget to hire a full-time professional fixer, somebody who just follows you around and does things for you that you do not want to do, the little minor, the little petty, the little bullshit things you don't want to do in your life, what would you pay somebody to do in your life? If you could give somebody like 6 figures just to do anything in your life that you didn't want to bother to do anymore, what would it be? Okay, that's our intro, and boy, we outlasted the music because you guys were making fun of it the whole time. First off, he's the reason we all have to drink whenever someone says Tour de Bloom. His name is Paul Main. Thank you, Big Barn. How are you, man?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Good, or just good?
Just good. You know, I'm
Okay.
making a trajectory up. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll get.
I'm sure
we'll get
we'll
to
hit
that.
it sometime.
Paul, if you had to hire somebody to do some little pity bullshit that you don't want to do, what would you hire somebody to do?
You know,
And you can't say work.
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, there was when we had the house, I would have them do everything on the outside,
Okay.
but I took care of that. Sold the house, moved in a condo. I don't really have anything that I just,
Really?
I don't mind doing.
Folding laundry.
No, I have no problem. I like it.
hate fucking folding laundry.
Oh no, it's a religious experience for me. It's where I can. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
That's BS.
You've lost me, man. You've lost me there. I had my grandmother-in-law. Is that how you say it? Yeah, grandmother-in-law.
I think we know what you're talking
She
about.
used to. I remember we were once sitting out on the deck going, God, there's just certain times in your life when a cold beer is beautiful, and some people are like, yeah, a shower beer is a beautiful thing. After mowing the lawn is a beautiful thing. And Grandma Lorraine spoke up and said, while I'm folding laundry,
Oh, why not?
and we all just went, wow, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. So you're not going to hire anybody?
No, I would. I mean, I like doing the dishes, and I mean, I think there's a sense of accomplishment when you see a mess and it's done.
Really?
Yeah, folding laundry, seeing pile of clothes. I mean, I do it immediately when it
Your
comes out of the
wife
dryer.
is a lucky woman. Okay, I'm skipping past you then. Next off, he's the reason we all use the line from Up that states "squirrel." Mr. David Wafels, how are you, sir?
Doing well.
It's been a while since we've had you on this little podcast,
It's been a minute, yeah.
and we've got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
David, other than practicing medicine, what would you hire somebody to do that you did not want to do?
I'm trying to decide between paying somebody to stand outside my house and yell at cars to slow down.
That's a good one.
He lives across from the school, which is
He
ridiculous.
does.
I know. It
And
should-
37th up there, people drive probably 40 miles an hour.
It's too wide of a road.
Yeah,
That's what does it.
Sometimes they do. But I think I'd really pay somebody to just follow me around and correct all of the typos that make it into my workflow, like whether it's, you missing a 0 on the 90 for a refill. And you
Oh,
call from
Jesus.
the pharmacy and they're like, really? You want to send 9 tablets? I'm like, no. Or, one time, I mean, the number of typos, because I drag in everything into my chart, right, which is a microphone recording service. And just the number of times that it puts the most ridiculous, sometimes offensive things in the chart. It would be nice to have somebody just read it for me and tell me if it makes sense.
An editor.
There you go.
Yeah, an editor. I need an editor.
That's a fixer. Third, he is the reason we have a team that can boast hitting 1,300 watts. That's Mr. Jackson Bulger, because none of us can, except him. Probably. But you think Clint can hit it?
I bet he. Yeah,
He'd probably pop it. He's probably seen it on the screen.
But
Probably, yeah.
I mean,
I believe it.
yeah, he's a little bigger than him. So it would be
yeah. That's not an
like
insult.
he's probably
Yeah.
got what 10 kilos on you.
Does he?
I don't know.
I don't
The
know.
hell's a kilo?
I weighed myself for
20 pounds, 22 pounds.
I weighed myself over the time that we were off, and it's
You,
big deal.
yeah. I love it that you came over to the house and you're like,
I don't have a scale at my house.
Go upstairs,
so I
use
had
your
to
scale. You
I had
go
to weigh
in.
myself here. So
Yeah.
who knows what?
and then you came down. This is not my child. He came down beaming. I'm 15 pounds heavier. I'm like,
Yeah,
50?
15.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 50. You'd
But
be
I
seeing it.
was like, if I am 15 pounds heavier, that's it. Close all the windows. I'm sitting in the dark for the weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
But he's 6'4" and you're 6 foot.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But
pretty.
15 pounds is 15 pounds.
I was pretty
Yeah.
underweight. Though,
Yeah,
by
yeah.
a lot.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks
Yeah.
for emphasizing underweight, because we all know you mean that I am overweight. Jackson, what would you do if you could hire somebody to do the bullshit?
Just clean. Right now, I just don't
Just
have time
generic.
to clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it. How are you, man?
Good.
Yeah. This is Jackson's new birthday hat. My wife and I got
Yeah,
his new
nice.
birthday hat.
Nice.
It's
And
really nice.
It's really cool. It's like,
What is it?
It is. It's just a hat brand, Melon, MELIN, that makes a bunch of hats. But they make an XL because, for those of you that don't know, I have a really big hat.
Because you-
I have a really big head.
yeah.
And I typically on hats only have like the last 2 little buttons on there, but this one I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clipped. So
Which
ordered
is
the XL.
a shocker for
Yeah.
us. Yeah. Because
I've got a little story about his head and my head.
yeah.
Do you remember that?
You did. Yeah.
So when you were about 3 years old,
Mm-hmm.
your parents had a little cycling hat that put on. You were wearing, and we're at
We programmed
a
you
place.
young.
It's now no lie, but we
Yeah.
went and had before this race up the mountain thing.
Yeah.
And I looked at your head. You were 3 years old, and I said, "I can guarantee you that hat fits on my head." And I took it off, and it was like a perfect fit. We had the same at age 3. You had the same size head as I do now.
Wow. It's
That's
you know,
awesome.
it's proportionate now, luckily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
crazy.
you-
like an orange on the tooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was born a bobblehead, man. It was our fault. Me, I'm the reason this silly show has hit 525 episodes.
Good job.
Thank you. I got a drink. You can't toast you can't just put the glass up and put it back down.
Yeah.
That's bad luck. I would have somebody in charge of all my batteries, every single battery in my life.
Yeah.
Replaceable, rechargeable, car, every battery, smoke detectors, every battery in my life. I would have somebody make sure everything is always fully charged. That would be my thing.
Wait until you get a new bike.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my mountain bike, I just dusted that off because we have a race tomorrow night. And I was like, God damn, I better check the battery on that. So my wife's e-bike, I see all these batteries I don't want to fucking deal with anymore. So there we go. Gentlemen, speaking of which, we have some cycling life topics to get through. So not to mention a Giro d'Italia to predict. So I didn't turn on any pink lights in the room, and I probably should have done that. But first, because he is directly related and I hold him in higher priority than any of you guys, I want to talk about Jackson taking the first win. I need something that is going to be good. Oh, shit. Of the season.
Wow.
Jackson taking the first W.
Yeah.
How does it feel, young man?
Honestly, it felt... Yes, thank you. It felt really good. I feel like it was a confidence booster that I needed for this time.
From a breakaway.
From a breakaway. Okay, yeah, take us a little bit through it, kind of a Reader's Digest version. Well, shit, nobody understands that term.
I do.
Paul does. Yeah. Just a shortened highlight, 120 characters or less version of it, how the race unfolded, and that it was not a bunch sprint.
No, it wasn't. David, hop in if I miss anything or you have anything to add, of course. But yeah, it really just started out where we had a bit of a different plan from the week prior, and so we just kind of did what we did. We got in groups that we needed to. Some were brought back. Eventually, what happened though was I know Sam wasn't feeling very good. His back was kind of hurting, and so there was a moment where Sam had chased an attack, and it got brought back in, and then he had to stand up, and then another one went right afterwards, and I was like, "Oh, Sam, like go," because I always yell. I will always yell.
Somebody go.
Yeah, like.
Somebody hit me.
How many laps in was this? How far into the race?
Oh man, what do you think?
Probably halfway through.
Yeah,
It stayed pretty much together other than that.
yeah.
It was like it was just attacks and short, 1 lap breaks, if that.
Yeah.
Typical
Yeah.
Thursday night thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I asked Sam if he could, chase another one down. He stood up and then he kind of sat down and shook his head. So I was like, shit, it's I have to do this. And so I went, brought another 2 with me, and then we got a pretty good gap right away. And I just said,
does that mean that he was chasing when I was off the front? Because your attack went right after I was off the front solo.
I don't know. Because it was very recently, like Sam had to chase something down.
Because I didn't see
He's
that.
not here, so you can start throwing shade on him.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, though, that attack that you let go, I was like, oh, we're bringing it back in. And then I saw you just out of the corner of my eye, and I said this to myself verbally. I went, that was perfect.
Yeah.
That was a perfectly timed attack.
Thank you.
Yeah. But anyways, we got a pretty good gap right away, and I looked back and I saw the teams that were in it, and I said, boys, if we keep rolling, this is it. And so we rolled the entire way through. Last lap comes around, and I will admit that I might have not done as much work in the last lap.
Well, you were probably really tired.
I was very tired,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. You got to take a break.
Yeah. And so it worked out that I went into the final sprint, third wheel, and one guy went early, super early, probably like, I don't know, half a kilometer away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because that last curve, you go
Yeah.
around, he went
You're
from
going
that curve.
counterclockwise or clockwise?
Counter.
Counter.
Yes. So he went from that final sweeping bend trying to catch us off guard, and honestly it worked as a perfect lead out, and we started sprinting, and then I knew it was a headwind, so I knew I had to stay a little bit, I had to push it a little bit later than other ones typically would, but yeah, came around the last corner and I felt really good, and hit as big of a sprint as I could, and then I won by, I would say, probably, I don't know, 1 or 2 bike lengths.
And now that it is, you've checked the box, so to speak, do the things that you changed up this last winter, do you feel that this is justification for any alterations you made in your training, or was it just like, I'm about where I was?
Yeah, I really feel like it was a little bit better this time around. I think not only did I feel like I had the strength to do it, I was never worried about fitness. It's, we've been riding as much as we have been, and I've been trying to, stack as many days as I could. I was never worried about that. It was the strength when it came to the big stuff, like the big number attacks, like the fatigue in the legs, and that didn't really pile up, which is really great. I would really credit that to all of the strength that I've been doing. So that's been really paying off. But then also, I just felt a lot more confident in myself. Like I talked about previously, like I don't think I'm pigeonholing myself into just one specific type of rider anymore. And I was calm. I felt very tactically smart this race too. So, right. I mean, and that's not just speaking for me. I feel like we were all on it very well when it came to the tactics of the race.
It was very difficult, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Being tactical, or it was a typical race?
I had to wait 2 laps to attack.
Really?
It was horrible.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Your intro is really living up.
But it was perfect though, because like he would go, and then if it got brought back in, like if it was brought back in, he would wait a little while, and it wouldn't just be like boom right again. He would let somebody else.
Mm-hmm. What changed in you? What made you wait?
Well, I was trying to actually get the preems.
Oh.
I've won $75 in preems so far.
Really?
No.
This year, yeah. Wheel sport cards.
Oh.
Yeah.
What you saving up for?
I don't know.
A tire?
I guess. Either way, it's something that motivates me. So
why not? So before I get to the next everybody's current updates, Jackson, you have a new helmet and new computer head that you got for your birthday.
I do. Yeah.
Any quick little reviews on either or both?
The helmet is I think I said the Giro. I forget what it's called. But it's the Arrow one.
He switched. He's back, you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He got rid of POC. Now, POC's not a bad helmet.
No.
Absolutely.
POC's a good helmet. You just thought they were getting a little
just
far
big.
out there.
Yeah. And I think this one looks a lot better than the last one. For a large head, I have very, very specific needs, and it's the most comfortable helmet I've ever worn. And then the head units, it's a little bit different. But if you know a Garmin watch, you know a Garmin head unit, so they work really well. It all pairs nicely, and you never have to worry about GPS. Garmin's the leader of it.
And we were on a ride, and we were on a bike path, and at one point Jackson just double tapped the screen, and it did this.
It's got a bell in it.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's quite audible. So I mean, in fact that that the people running in there with their headphones on kind of turned their head. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. After a little while, when we were on the Centennial Trail at the end there, I was like, I wonder if this is getting annoying to you.
To me?
Yeah, because I just kept doing it over and over when there were people.
No, not at all. Not me. No, because especially in those kind of situations where you have all those people, that last section, through Kendall Yards, there are a lot of people and they're all kind of dazed looking at the river and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I was riding with a pilot friend this weekend, and I'm Team Wahoo. I was trying to, argue Team Wahoo, and his only comeback was, God, it's just, I can't remember the last time I saw Wahoo in an airplane. Oh, that's right. They aren't. Yeah. So it's good enough for airplanes.
That's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Garmin's pretty great.
Since you are speaking, David, you, young man, just got back from BWR San Diego.
I did.
The OG BWR.
Yeah.
What were you thinking? And was this a bucket list kind of thing? Was it because what prompted this? What popped this into your head?
It wasn't my idea. Some friends wanted to go for a birthday kind of celebration. Some local Spokane riders. So there was 6 of us total that went down and did it together. So I just they brought it up and said they had a great Airbnb, and I was like, well, sounds good. It's one more race. I guess I'll do that. So registered for the Elite again.
Oh, shit.
That's a crazy race, as you guys know.
Yeah.
That's a crazy race.
Would you classify it as a true gravel race, or is it like an unroad race, what they say?
Well, I don't know. Maybe because the only other unroad race was BWR Montana, which I just felt like was rebranding of gravel. And that was more on par with what we have up here for most of our gravel races. This had a lot of technical single track, like gnarly stuff. I mean, there was a lot of injuries on the course.
Did they have it when we did? I think they tweaked the course quite often.
It was-
Jackson and I did it.
They definitely mentioned that they tweaked it this year. You know, you guys have talked about the choke points.
Yeah.
The first choke point was 9 miles in after a road climb.
Mm-hmm.
So that was I enjoyed that because I was able to be in the front group for the first choke point.
Yeah.
Because of that climb. But they did change the routes. But there was
Okay.
some super technical, like my arms have never been so tired at the end of a race. Didn't want to hold my head up anymore. Just from the jostling of some of the single track out there. There was sections where you definitely couldn't ride.
Like huge rocks, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a few sections where you really wanted to walk.
Mhm.
I thought I broke my wheels. Didn't. I thought I broke my bike, but I had the thing happen where you smash your ass on the seat so hard that it flips up. You know, like the seat kind of
the
goes.
nose goes up.
Yeah, the rotation mechanism or whatever, it's not tight enough. So I thought I broke the bike, but, you know, I just had to stop and slam it back down on the go. But it was a very technical race, very fun. I wanted to get under 6 hours. I had 6:09.
Wow.
So that was pretty good. If I had raced in my age, I would have gotten third.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, actually, I probably would have got second. I stopped for a guy who smashed his face into a rock and was nearly unconscious. So that, yeah.
Well,
That-
that
that-
stupid oath, huh?
Yeah, that took a while to get out of that situation.
Oh my gosh.
For sure. But everybody had hiccups on that day. Flat tires. One of our buddies got run off the road by a motorcycle and flatted his tires. That was a brutal race, but it's super fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Would you do it again? I mean, no. Okay.
To me, it's a one and done. Like it was super fun, very pretty. I think we got really lucky. The weather was like 60, 65. Never got too hot like it did for you guys. So water was not an issue.
Oh, good.
Overheating was not an issue. But I mean, it's 108 miles of just like brutal riding. I don't know. And then eventually, like I rode really well for the first 2 hours. Still got dropped and rode the rest alone.
Wow.
Like that's just a lot of time. It's mostly 4 hours alone. It's just like it's not fun at the end. I mean, it is fun, but in the 4 hours, you're just like, what am I doing out here?
Oh my gosh.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Holy
That's
shit.
So
Hard work.
Okay.
That's not a bike race to me. But
no.
You know, it's interesting that you bring up that guy that smashed his face.
Yeah.
Carly Fritz of Escape Collective. He's talking about how bad gravel. It's just not fair because you spend tons of money and there's no marshaling. And there was a gravel race he mentioned. I missed it, but a person had crashed so bad that they had to call an ambulance. And they waited an hour, nothing, and it was just people. It's not unmarshaled.
Right.
You know, there's everything. You're on your own. They charge. How much was
2 something, I think.
Yeah.
They're not cheap.
Yeah. And what do they provide? I mean, there's not any security for
No.
medical or anything like that.
I will say to BWR's credit on this one, ton of state troopers. So at every intersection, like at multiple intersections, I rode 5 miles before I found a state trooper and sent an ambulance back for that guy. But that's still not great. Like
No.
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
but to BWR's favor on this one, excellent aid stations. They sent out photos within 24 hours of every photo they took of you on the course. Like just you. You don't have to go search through. They're like, these are the photos. We have to, obviously you have to buy them if you really want them without the watermark.
Yeah.
But I was pretty impressed with what they're offering. It's a lot of money, $200 something, but around here you pay $125, and it's more like what you're saying. Good luck out there. It's self-supported. There's bananas, Costco muffins, and Nature Valley bars at the feed station every 40 miles. So I mean, they did a nice job as far as gravel goes. But you're right. Like, I shouldn't be responsible for taking care of an injured rider on the course and giving up. Like, if I'm truly there to race and I flew all that way, I shouldn't be giving up, my experience to.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I was happy to do it,
But you're not a dick.
yeah.
Well, think about like a road race that's dying in the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, all the medical. You have to have a medical vehicle there following that type of thing.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like $400 this weekend, you guys are going to be racing. I'm not going, by the way.
Yeah. Fuck.
But 4 races
Where?
for $400. Bloom, drink.
Oh, I'm going that.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to lead into Paul's.
Yeah,
story.
well,
Yeah.
I ruined it. But 4 races for $400. I mean, you're thinking, wow, $100 for each race. One's 4 miles up a stupid hill.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
But the organization and everything that goes into making that, it justifies that cost. But if somebody's charging you $250 and they're like, yeah, we got people out there.
Shit. Yeah.
And you think about it, it's like if rider safety is really important, it should be thrown on to these gravel races too, because like you said, that person could be seriously injured.
Yep.
And man.
Yep. You signed the waiver.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely they're huge money making events for sure. But yeah, I don't want to say to people listening that it's not worth doing. Just FYI, it is like it's just a bucket list thing.
Yeah.
It's not like Tour de Bloom drink that I would go back to every year. Like I will keep going as long as I can.
I've been going since I think when was the first one? 2000. Well, I missed a couple.
Well, okay. Since we're there, I want an update. Talk to me, Goose. Tell me what's going on with your physical and your bicycle health.
I'll do the bicycle thing first of all. I had problems with my cranks and they're 12. No, wait, 14. They were 14 years old.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't hold into position. They were like coming loose, and so I bought another pair and so just figuring out today's bikes are extremely complicated. And I've tried different spacers. I bought all these different spacers and a new bottom bracket and everything to try and get my time working, because I do not like riding that Cervelo. Although it matches exactly the way it is, the ride quality on the time compared to that Cervelo is massively. It beats me up.
Oh,
and that was one of the most in 2012. That's when the thing was produced. It was considered pretty compliant. They had the thin seat stays and everything. But man, bikes today are, for old people like me, I mean, they're so much better. They're so much better. Even with the same wheels, because they switched the wheels out. So they're the same wheels that I would have on the time.
Wow.
So today was, woke up in the morning, coffee, breakfast, blah, blah, blah. Got the bike out, the time, and I had all these, different spacers and washers that had to be added. And I thought, I kept trying all these different combinations and what's supposed to be, did some research, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
So I thought, I just need to take a break. And other things been going on physically too, hasn't been going very well. And, there's other things that in my life that have been kind of like challenging.
Sure.
So it's just like everything's like, ugh.
Yeah.
So I ended up just listening to some like it wasn't really meditation music, but really mellow music. And I just sat there in the sun and took a deep breath and relaxed. And then all of a sudden it's just like, I've been working on bikes forever. Brought out my calipers, started measuring, the space of the spindle and my bottom bracket and what I needed. I mean, I figured it out without all these charts. And I put it together. It worked. Went for a ride.
Oh.
And, with all that, like, pent-up frustration and anger and everything, is like I had 1,000 angry men in my belly to the point where I could feel the bile come up in the back of my mouth.
Interesting analogy.
Anybody got a breath mint?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so I stole that. That's an old. Anyway, so it worked out. I went out for a ride. And it was like, it felt so good. It felt like I was like back home. And the bike rode well. It was just, everything just felt like a dream. It was like the best ride I've had in a long time. So, and I think it was just, blowing all the carbon out.
Yeah.
But I have an issue with my left knee, and I had diagnosed about 12 years ago early onset of arthritis. And I think that's it. But this morning, I started doing some work, stretching out. My IT bands are so tight, and that can cause sometimes some problem, the rotation and stuff. So I stretched out a little bit, and it feels better.
Okay.
But we'll see. I'm going to race Thursday night.
Oh, you are good.
Mhm.
Good. Okay.
But it's too much of a gamble. I'm not going to, because there's times where I get up out of a seat or out of my car, and it's like, where I'm going to fall down if I don't grab onto something.
Okay.
So
I am wondering. I mean, I am the furthest from a medical expert here. Have you ever tried taping it, like KT taping?
no, I have not. I can't say that I have, and actually Sam suggested that too, but he suggested images.
Yeah.
And so, but the problem is, again, because of the wonderful medical system in the United States.
You're a month out.
No.
At
Well,
least.
the thing is my insurance is in negotiations with the group that I usually work with,
Okay.
a company here in town that my wife works for. And they're not really seeing eye to eye. He knows
David
all
knows
about
exactly
it.
what you're
And we
talking
have another group.
Yeah, because I'm picking up the slack for all these
Yeah.
people getting kicked out of that group.
Exactly.
Oh.
So then, what's happening is a lot of people are just.
Yeah.
So, and my wife's been a nurse for over 20 years. So I know, who to go to is orthopedic, all these. I've got these connections. So it's hard for me to switch over to David's group.
Yeah. Well,
but-
especially
and
because
not only that,
he wanted 90 pills and he gave you 9.
I asked for 90 Viagra. Damn it, David.
90 Viagra.
got stuck in my throat.
Oh, no, I got a stiff neck.
Yeah. So anyway, well, my whole family sees him now.
Oh, Jesus.
My two of my sisters, my mom, and now my brother-in-law.
Update
So
the will.
he's probably doesn't have any room anymore. Even
Yeah.
if I switch over.
Booked.
There's always room for you. Don't worry.
Oh man.
Yeah.
man.
But so then I really can't. If I go now, I can go, but if it goes beyond, if they don't find a settlement in end of May, then the contract ends in August.
Oh.
And so what happens if I go through some kind of procedure going through that medical group, I owe everything after August. And that's, am I going to roll that dice?
Yeah.
So.
I got a solution for you.
Yeah. Switch?
But yeah, switch.
Yeah.
No, I can tell you about it afterwards.
Okay.
We can figure out your need.
Yeah.
So let's say a perfect scenario, if Thursday went well, you got on it, you put the power on it, you roll it away, and I'm like, shit, that wasn't bad.
Yeah. There's a dream.
You finish the race and you're like going, shit, it's okay. The next day it's still okay. Have you kind of gone, I don't want to fuck up the rest of the summer,
Exactly.
or is this what is this?
I think so. That's the thing is, this is my favorite race.
Yeah.
And I don't want to miss it, but I also don't want to push, because I have no idea without imaging. If I knew what the actual problem was, then it would be a different scenario.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to roll the dice and screw myself up and have to have a knee replacement. I'd rather find that out. If I needed a knee replacement, I might as well just rip the Band-Aid off and get it now.
Wow. Yeah.
But I don't think it's that drastic because the way it felt a little bit today.
Okay.
I still feel it on the rides. Not bad. But, the thing is, as a doctor, troubleshooting this stuff. So it used to hurt just walking or anytime I stopped. Wake up in the morning, it's stiff. No problems when I was down in the desert. I forgot that I even had knee pain.
Wow.
Came up here, and I'm like, son of a gun, there it is. Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
And then today's a warm day, and I went out and rode, and I'm like, wow, this is, I could feel it, but it wasn't all that bad.
Well, you're good till fall, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's warm now.
It's going to stay warm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Wow. Updates from everybody.
Yeah,
Well,
mine was pretty happy, wasn't it?
well, it's in the back of my mind. I was like, going, come on. He can make it. He can do it. We can do this. We can do this. And it's my fault. It's all my fault
Probably.
because I'm going. One of us has to be miserable. And if I'm going, Paul's not in a good place.
There's other races though. EPO.
Yeah.
I'd like to go down to Ben. Would you
Bigger
go
site.
down to Ben?
I could.
It's
be
a one-day
talked into it.
deal, but it's Bend, Oregon,
I'll
Yeah.
go.
and they have good beer there.
Twist
They
my
do
arm.
indeed.
Yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
When is that again?
That's the 21st of June.
Oh, early.
That's Baker City.
Baker City's next weekend.
Oh.
No, it's the 14th.
14th of June?
June, I believe it is, and then Baker City's the 21st.
Okay. 'Cause
Oh,
we know we'll catch
it's
you at
on
Baker City,
Flag
right?
Day.
It's on a Sunday.
It's on a Sunday.
You'd have to look
13th,
it up.
whatever. Yeah.
It's the weekend before Baker City.
Oh,
But
wow.
we know we'll catch you at Baker City, right?
No, I'm not going to go do that. Even if I was in top shape, that last stage killed it. I would love to do all those other stages,
Yeah.
but 100 miles and then hit a hill,
Too much.
a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
that's
gonna
just
happen.
ridiculous.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like BWR.
I'll throw a Reader's Digest version of my update in because I know the people on the Patreon are actually giving a shit. So you guys can get up and go to the bathroom and stuff like that if you want to.
beer.
So the original objective when I created this whole idea with this AI coach and all this stuff like that was to get to the Tour de Bloom with an FTP of 300 and a body weight of 198 pounds. While that may sound to a lot of you people, you skinny assholes who are listening to this show, like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, you have to, how do you get through doorways? You know,
Tell me the numbers.
butt of your hips, yeah, or something like that. No, it's, I'm not, I have been over 200 pounds for a long time, and so I was thinking, God, if I could bust below that 200 mark, that'd be awesome. And so this coach and I put this thing, this AI coach and I put this thing together, as a, 12 pounds was what I was planning on losing. And that's an increase of about 10 to 15 watts for my FTP. So as of this morning, I am 191.5 pounds. And I have a recently measured FTP of 318 watts. So, I know that's revealing my cards to, all the thick competition at Bloom who are listening going, oh, shit. No, we know.
That's coming.
Yeah, because, the 50-plus group is really, researching it. But,
Actually, it's pretty big.
Is it? That's,
They're in
okay.
the 30s, I think. The biggest group is
Twos, threes.
2 threes.
Yeah, they're 75, 6.
There were like 80 last year,
Yeah.
so it's
Nice.
it is what it is.
Anyway, sorry.
No, but I was thinking to myself about that and where this has all come from and this entire process over the last 5 months. And Bloom is now officially just icing on the cake. I am going to that race just to go. I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to race as hard as I can. I'm not going to stress out about anything. I'm going to attack when my brain says squirrel. I'm going to, I'm just going to go for it and just see what happens. Because I am currently, I've always have loved riding my bike, but I'm loving it even more. I'm feeling better. I have more energy. I come home from rides and I'm not completely destroyed. I don't have to take a nap. Jackson and I did 3+ hours this last weekend. We weren't going balls out or anything like that, but I came home and I was able to be productive and do yard work and stuff like that. And it's all because of that silly AI experiment. I'm not saying it was all that because, this AI data that it provides me throws me stuff. And if I don't follow it, nothing's going to happen. So it's been a really cool process, and I've had a hoot with it. So it's we'll see how it goes. The AI has convinced me that I can get to 175
Before Tour de Bloom?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Oh, Zempic.
I was going to say what's the ad?
I'm at 191.5. If I could get to the 190s, I will be a happy guy.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm also figuring out this whole idea of your race weight is, my weight in the morning when I'm weighing myself is a dehydrated weight. Mm-hmm. And that's not what you want to go to the start line of a bike race with. Mm-hmm. You want to have an extra 2 to 3 pounds of glycogen stores and water, in your system. So don't, if your dream target is whatever pounds, don't go to the start line with that dream target because you're going to be dehydrated and you're going to suck balls.
Yeah, but your hematocrit's higher.
Yes.
Of dehydration.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there we
Science.
go. There we
Science.
go. So just slam the water on the start line, piss at mile 5, and drop out at mile 6.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I can't wait to actually see the entire. Hey Ace, if you're listening, I'd love to see the technical guide for your race.
It just came out.
Did it?
Yep. It
See,
is cool.
I did it. That
Yeah.
was me. I got it.
He did it yesterday.
No shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
It came out yesterday. So they had problems with permitting a little bit. So
fuck.
it's all. I looked at Waterville. It's completely different. It actually goes a different direction on the big loop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't need it any different.
Wait,
Yeah.
it goes
Yeah.
clockwise instead of counter?
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
there's
On
like,
the big loop.
I've done that before. It's done that before, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so they take away the feed hill?
Yeah, they haven't determined the feed hill yet. To be determined.
This is just getting better.
I know.
They take
I know.
away the last climb on the last day. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm getting more excited.
Wow.
Yeah. So it that top part of it where the feed hill is, it's going to be because it's usually southwest winds.
Oh,
You're going to have a
nice.
tailwind.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And it's opened up. And so
Okay.
that position is going to be
You're
very
glowing.
important.
You got. God damn it! I
love
wish you were
that.
at this
I love
race.
stuff like that. That's why I ride bikes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Speaking of racing, David, you and I are the only ones in this room back to back racing this week. You racing tomorrow night?
I'll be racing Wednesday and Thursday.
That's right. Our friends at the Wednesday Night Mountain Bike Race Series here in Spokane. I want to do a plug for those guys. Look up just Wednesday Night Mountain Bike Race Series in Riverside, and you will find it. And registration's open, and it's every Wednesday through May and June.
Yep. Which means I'll be doing it next week before we head to Tour de Romandie.
I am not doing it that. I am going to go out and talk on a microphone, but I am not going to do it and race. You are insane. You have a race the next day.
It's the hill climb.
It's the hill climb, and I would rather the Wednesday night mountain bike race is my one of my all time favorite series of the like I look forward to it.
What are you hoping for this year with that? Because I know that last year you were traumatized by some young rider who kept kicking your ass and calling you old man. And now, in case you didn't know, the Booger Riders are out there. And yes, that is the name of a real team for those of you listening. I know that it was just, there's a cute story behind how the team name came to be. It was like some kid was like, hey, Johnny, what do you want to name your team? And he went, Booger. And so now it's stuck. Literally, the Booger is stuck. And that's a horrible
Are
team
they
name.
local?
They are.
they are.
They started on the West Coast, and now they have a branch, or
I
whatever
see.
it is over here.
Are they primarily juniors? Or
Yeah.
are they,
They're all for the most part. I mean,
Yeah. And parents, I think,
Yeah.
parent riders and stuff like that. But they're fast as shit.
they're racing the C race.
Yeah, I think that's because that's where juniors are supposed to race, or something like that.
they'll,
But
they'll be in the A's soon, I'm sure.
God.
They've done some TNTs with us. They're fast.
Yeah.
They're at the Wednesday night mountain bike race. They're fast.
what are you hoping for? Are you going to catch up? You going to
If-
keep?
if it was
Are you
in-
feeling old yet? Is the question I think I want to ask you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Welcome aboard, bitch.
it's like I'm just hoping to not have gotten slower, right? And I'm hoping that they didn't get too much faster because that's the trajectory.
Yeah.
Like mine is either flat or down, and theirs is up.
Do you think it's because the kids don't drink that they're so goddamn fast?
No, they're just on that muscle mass thing that's just
Yeah.
it hit 27, you kind of go like this.
No.
And you
no.
hit 63.
You
and
hit
go like
27
that.
and you keep going up.
I wish that was true. That would have been nice.
You know, I was saying this actually the other day on the ride that, like the ride that you and I had.
Yeah.
That I think it was either the TNT or the after this last Twilight series that I was finishing my ride and I was like, shit, I'm not the youngest anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm the one that they're looking at now.
Uh-huh.
That's really scary. So
Yeah.
I had a little bit of a realization this last week.
It's, you blink.
Yeah.
And then you're not, nobody even notices you in a fucking grocery store anymore.
That's right. We could steal stuff.
I could
Yeah.
walk out with stuff
Like
left
Uncle
and right.
Leo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like I shoplift to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah, there
feel
you go.
something.
Yeah.
Because I'm dead inside. The
Right.
world just ignores me.
But anyway,
I'm not joking.
No, yeah, I know. But I just remember being that kid on the sideline, just being like, "Wow, that's so
Yeah.
cool." And now, it's gonna sound like I'm really tooting my own horn here, but now I'm that guy.
Wait till they call you sir.
Oh yeah, they sometimes do.
It's not too far away, man. These little boogers are going to come up to you and they're going, "Excuse me, sir."
I know they're 16 and 17.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough.
The thing is that recovery for them, short-term
Yeah.
recovery is like bang, bang, bang.
So, David, you're not thinking you're going to wrap up the 2-lapper series this year?
Well, probably because they won't go to every race, and I will.
This is true. That could help. That could help.
But solely because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
don't
will
have
win-
homework.
Yeah, I will win on the
Finals week.
Yeah, I will win because I will be there every week probably.
Okay.
If I win, that's why. So, but when they're there, no, it's not gonna.
And then we're turning around, and our third Twilight series, well, second for me, but third for a lot of you guys. Iron is hot, and so it's going to be interesting to see how that one goes. Week before Bloom.
My thought is just we're hot. We got to keep the confidence rolling.
All right.
I'll probably be pretty burnt. My little training score thing, if that means anything, is quite negative.
Uh-oh.
More so than I've ever seen it.
I've never.
Why do you look at that stuff?
Wait,
Yeah.
when I load my ride into Wahoo, it's like you're minus 200. I'm like, whatever that means. Okay, I don't, but like in the back of my head, I'm like, that seems.
I'll tell you what though, I have never met a guy in my life who can be just absolutely cooked, and yet you'll still, just pretty much do the same as you always do.
Yeah, because you see a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
We just hang one off your handlebars.
Yeah.
Attach it to your back with some kind of a cable that comes over the top, so it's
Kind of
just
like
a squirrel.
Kind
then.
of like a donkey with a carrot in front of it.
Exactly.
That would be
There you
great.
go.
Yeah. I would do well with that. Yes, thank you.
That would be very good.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's get to the news and more important Giro d'Italia preview time. It is once again the Maglia Rosa. We're back into Grand Tour mode. I don't know if I'm ready. I say this every year. I don't know if I'm ready for Grand Tours yet, but
It seems
I guess
early.
It's May every year.
Really?
Yeah, it is. The preview here, the Bulgarian Grand Partenza, the 109th Giro d'Italia, does kick off this Friday, May 8th, by the way, with a historic Grand Partenza in Bulgaria. The 12th foreign country to host a race's start. Peloton tackle 3 stages in Eastern Europe, beginning with a flat sprinter stage in the coastal town of Nesebar to Burgas. Stage 2 features rolling terrain from, I'm not making up these words, Veliko Tonorvo, while Stage 3 brings the race into the capital city of Sofia. Following Sunday stage, the entire race caravan, get this one, riders, staff, and equipment faces a massive logistical transfer across the Adriatic Sea to Calabria, Italy, to resume racing for Stage 4. Back in the day, I do remember transfer stages consisted of people driving a little bit of a distance and riders, if they were lucky, hopping on a train. And this is just, is this how, first of all, is it a tour of Italy when it goes outside the country? What are you guys' stance on a national tour going to places outside of their nation? Is that,
Not to answer a question with a question, but is the is the true essence of the fact that it is a tour gone? Tour of a country,
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
because
Yeah,
at its core, like technically, shouldn't you be touring the country? But is that just disappeared from all Grand Tours in its entirety? Because doesn't this year's tour start in Barcelona for France?
Should the Tour de France be in France?
Yeah, should it even be called
Tour
the
of Spain
Tour?
be in Spain? Should
Yeah.
the Giro d'Italia be in Italia?
Well, this has been going on for a while. Even the
Yeah.
Giro started in, Stars and Water Carriers started in Denmark. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was Denmark.
Did a couple years ago for the tour
Yeah,
as well.
which is a ways they had to go through. No, it was from, I think it was actually in the Netherlands, and they went through Belgium, and then they dumped into France. But I think what it does is, the purpose of it is to get like Bulgaria and where was it? Albania last year?
Yeah.
It's to get the nation
Are we-
excited and exposed to that, because they don't have that. And,
Yeah.
And I totally get that. I think that's good. They've talked about years, I don't know how seriously, bringing the Grand Parte to the United States, like Washington,
I've heard
DC.
that. Yeah.
So, just to hook people into because we just don't get that flavor. And even people on the European continent just don't get, unless they travel. But, so I think it's a good thing, but, I don't know.
Is it truly, like you're saying, becoming a globalization of the sport, or is it just cash and checks?
Both.
Okay. David's got a cringe.
Kind of seems like cashing the chicks.
Cash and checks. Yeah.
Cash and chicks.
Yeah. It's UCI and the race directors all making a big blat buttload of money. Okay. We're looking for the actual race itself. We're almost going to call this the Giro de Jonas. He enters, obviously, as the overwhelming favorite as he attempts to his Giro Tour double this year. Organizers have designed a heavily backloaded route that will test the GC contenders with accumulated fatigue. The true battle for pink will be decided in the final Alpine and Dolomite week, featuring major summit finishes, there we go, at Cari, Piani di Pezze, and Piancavello. Stage 19 is going to be the definitive test, taking the peloton over the Cima Coppi, the highest point in the race, at 2,236 meter piece Passo Giao. I don't know what 200,000.
I don't know any of
Times 3.13.
Times 3. That's fucking way up there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot. Do the math, you guys at home, because I teach English, and can't speak my own copy. Can we say that this is Jonas's race to lose, or do we see some other names that could potentially be spoilers for this first half of a Giro Tour double?
I mean, I think it's going to be hard to beat Jonas. I do think, though, that 3 years ago, I would have been like, oh, there's no chance. But recently, you never really know with him. He could be out of this world. He could be really underwhelming.
Wow. Okay.
And so I think there's a couple names that could rival him. I do still think he's going to win, but I don't know. We don't know. We haven't really seen him race that much.
Yeah, I think without a doubt, it's his race to lose.
Yeah.
How much gas does he want to spend on this with the tour coming up? Will be another thing. It's a weird layout. I think kind of what I've heard and read. Like the last week is really not that punishing, as opposed to like the first week's going to really establish a lot of gap on the GC. But if he stays upright, I just don't see it. But I mean, he could have a bad fall, come back, and then it'll be a battle. And there's names in there if there's some kind of falter, or we're so used to not seeing the bad day that we used to see. Your dad and I, Pat and I, used to see all the time. Everybody had one day they lost 1 minute, 2 minutes, and it's just a bad day. And now everybody, because of nutrition and everything, no one bonks anymore. So but you don't know what's going to happen with your legs.
So with him attempting a Giro Tour double, we know that can't be done. Tadej. Is this if you're at the helm of Visma Lease Bike, are you saying let's get that pink early and kick back and defend it as long as and as easy as we can, or is this let's wait till a decisive stage later on and just decimate everybody? I mean, what is your preferred tactic if you're at the helm of that team?
I think Visma is a very analytical team, so I really feel like they favor their riders' strengths. And like, I'm not trying to throw shade towards Jonas Vingegaard at all, but I do feel like he is very good at following almost everyone, and so like he can negatively race very well. And so I could see them really getting it early, but it just depends on can Jonas win early, because I feel like a lot of these early stages are kind of like in a lot of these Grand Tours now are very like classic style stages to get the excitement flowing, and I don't know what the first few stages look like, but Jonas doesn't typically win a classic style race.
Yeah.
So I think they would love to get it early, but I do kind of feel like it'll eventually go down to like a let's sharpen our knives and pick our point.
Piancavello and the Blockhouse on stage 7 are apparently like 15% climbs. Some big ones like that, and that makes me think of the Vuelta Femenina that's going on right now, where they're going to do Angliru. The women are attacking that one, which hits 24%. in sections, which is obviously going to be potentially one of the most explosive days in the women's world tour that we've had in a long time. I mean, that's going to, who knows where that's going to go, especially with how that race is turning out. Marianne Vos had to drop out with a broken collarbone. Naomi Reg, who was in red yesterday, crashed out. You know, you've got all these people just dealing with this. But with climbs like that, I mean, do you train for something like that? Or is this just put on the 39.23 and grind it out? I mean, how do you prepare yourself for that steep of pitches? Is this a natural ability, or do you just, I mean, I don't know. Is it a different type of a person or anything like that can handle those extreme gradients? Or is it all power to weight?
Well, I think Jonas has proved that those type of climbs he does well in.
Yeah.
I think the strategy would be...
Was it Paris-Nice that Jonas won this year? They did on a very attacking style.
Yes.
It was either Paris-Nice or...
It was Paris-Nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
To me, if I was like, Ineos or whatever their new name is, I don't know if they started
Net something. It's on there. It's on our list. You keep going. I'll bark
anyway,
it out and interrupt.
To me, it's you got to disrupt that before you've got to put him in a position where he's not waiting for the final climb. You're going to have to, put, satellite guys up ahead and a break. You're going to have, just torment the guy where he's burning matches when he doesn't want to. He's saving everything for that last climb. That's how you have to deal with that. And people try to do that with Tadej, but it doesn't work out so well.
Yeah.
Other than, 2023 when Jumbo Visma back then did a spectacular stage 11. Just did a great job.
And UAE
that's the only way you could do it.
UAE has handled that since.
Yeah.
They've got that depth.
Well, I think too.
It's Net Company, by the way.
Yeah. I think too something that's going to be really good for Jonas is that a lot of these riders that are competing for the overall are just like climbers. They're climbers. That's like their thing. I find that the thing that Jonas is Jonas's kryptonite is a climber who is punchy. That's what Tadej. That's what Tadej brings.
The sustained 500-watt attacks that he can do.
Sitting.
Sitting.
Right. And Jonas can't do that. And so I think what's going to be good for him is that he doesn't have to battle those type of guys.
Looking at this start list, and where we are with in the current phase of the men's peloton, certain names obviously always rise to the top. We always see those specific names, and looking at this list, there aren't a whole lot of those names. That's what I actually enjoyed about last year's Giro was, we got Isaac Del Toro, we got Simon Yates, and we got a pretty damn exciting race that wasn't falling into the usual suspects type of an event. Jonas is one of those usual suspects, but I'm going to ask you guys to pick. I think I said 3 overalls and a sprinter, but even though Jonathan Milan's in it, so who else are you going to pick other than that, unless you want to just go crazy with somebody. But what other names rise to the top for you? For example, I did obviously pick Jonas. I would love to see something from Egan Bernal. I've been seeing some of his riding. He's not the massive dominating force that he once was. I think because the sport has evolved and he's grown, physically, mentally, and time has done what it has, and his injuries have done what they have. But I love seeing what he's doing back. And I would like to see somebody like even Felix Gall from Decathlon do something. And so those are the guys I picked. I would love to see some sort of a rider that we never thought would have come through, and that's where we see. I mean, did we see much of Isaac Del Toro last year before this? Not really.
Yeah.
Did we?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's since he was a punk-ass kid.
Yeah, but not in that, holy shit, this guy's a Grand Tour
punk-ass
contender. Yeah.
I was surprised that he went that far, but some one-day races, I'm like, Jesus, this guy's real. I mean, but for me, I guess I'll pick up since I'm still, flapping my gums here. I picked Egan Bernal and Adam Yates, just because UAE's not going to go there and not try and throw something at, and he really hasn't. Not unlike Simon, he really hasn't done like
The major great.
But he's been there. I mean, he's close, but most of the time he's a supportive role. So now he gets to do. It'll be interesting to see if he does it. So those are my, of course, Jonas. Jonas is, without a doubt, unless he crashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I threw out Adam Yates for the same reason, just because UAE's going to want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ben O'Connor would love to.
Yeah,
But-
if he can keep his head in it.
Yeah, but it's a lot of stages to keep your head in it.
It's a lot of swearing in the bus.
Yeah.
Throwing things.
Yeah.
I don't see it, but
I would love to see something for Koalula too. I've always liked that team, and I hear that things are potentially about to shift in terms of grand sponsors and title sponsors, and they've been at it for a long time. And I would love to see something go well for them, but we'll see. Jackson, who are you looking at?
I mean, I did circle Jonas Bernal and Felix Gal, but somebody that first of all, I think it's interesting that we just didn't even talk about Jai Hindley.
Yeah.
I just don't even think that he's got it in it anymore, though. I think that was kind of a weird year that he won. But a name that I did kind of star, which I think is going to be an interesting addition, is Taman Arensman.
Yeah.
He raced the Tour last year really well as a stage hunter, and I'm interested to see how he rides this one.
They are putting a lot of money into that team to restore those, get back to those glory days, and see what they can do. So that I think is going to be. I agree with you. If it's put up or shut up time, and see what they can bring out. Magnus Sheffield, cool. It'd be cool to see him win a stage, something like that. So there we go. Are you guys a watch every day kind of people with the Giro? Paul is.
I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
In the mornings,
because it is not on.
It's on HBO.
It's on all.
All our RCS races or Italian races are going to be on HBO. ASO races are on Peacock for us, and Flow Bikes picks up the pieces.
I didn't get to tell you guys after Liège Bastogne Liège. I woke up in the morning and I turned on our good friends at Flow Bikes, and the first image I saw, is the camera on me? First image I saw before I even had a chance to blink was this. I screen grabbed it, and if you can see, it is Tadej going across the line with his fist in the air.
Yeah,
that was the first fucking thing I saw at Flow Bikes. You guys, I know you're saying, well, you got to get up in the morning and watch the race. That's not your fucking job. Your job is to not provide, hey, guess what? Iron Man dies at the end of the movie. You can't do that shit.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. And I just saw that. I went, this is my life. This is my Charlie Brown life. I am stuck. I could have woken up 5 minutes earlier, 5 minutes later, and probably have been fine. Bullshit.
Well, that race, that's kind of like a given.
Yeah. But I would like to have had a little bit
pretend,
of maybe something in the back of my head instead of like,
Well, you did watch it, right?
Yeah. I did.
Then you're just watching how long did Paul Sextus be able to stick on his wheel.
True. This is very true. Yeah. By the way, he has been announced for the Tour de France.
Thanks to his grandparents.
Yeah, and thanks to his grandparents.
Did
and
you
the
see that?
entire French countryside.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Is that a good idea or a bad idea?
I'm excited to see him race. I don't know how. I'm thinking about the fact that he's going to have to ride against Del Toro and Tadej all at once, and that's going to be pretty gnarly. But I mean, I feel like that's honestly going to be. I'm going to say it. I feel like that's going to be second place.
Yeah,
you do.
Okay. I think Jonas is going to burn a lot
at the Giro.
This. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know how he's going to do because he's younger and it's really pushing the envelope. But I like to see him be there, and I'm sure it was for decathlon for them to make that choice because this is their only chance they're going to have somebody contending for the Tour de France.
Who's French? Who's contending? Who's
and most likely he's going to be gone. Yeah.
So
might as well let's rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
So just imagine next year we see a top of Tadej Del Toro and Sexus
Yeah.
all wearing UAE kits.
Yeah, that's.
I
I hope it is.
God, I don't want that.
Oh, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, shit.
They should do like crowdfunding. Like I remember EF was struggling, and they had like that saved that team.
Or Unibet Rose Rockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something creative to keep him there as long as he's happy. That's the
A
only
GoFundMe. Decathlon starts a GoFundMe. Little buckets in the store where
we
you
know
drop a
somebody
few
who has a
euros.
connection.
Yeah, exactly. You drop a few euros when you're buying new sneakers at Decathlon or something like that.
We're
Just
gonna raise
a little
enough
bit,
money
it helps.
to outpay a country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Keep
right.
sexist
An oil
sexy.
producing country.
Yeah.
Which we're
Yeah.
kind of suffering right now, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just keep the Strait of Hormuz closed.
Yeah.
Paul stays
It's
in France.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way to
God.
go, President.
Yeah, exactly. So, should we get to some segments tonight? We probably should get to some segments brought to us by our friends, of course, at Big Barn Brewing. Thanks to Big Barn Brewing, we're all happily buzzed here at the table. Well, David's not because he's a lush. But we'll forgive him for that. Yeah, 3 beers on taps. Go over to Green Bluff and drop into Big Barn and tell them Packfiller sent you. They don't know that you're coming and you're going to say that, but I would love it if we just started surprising them. Now, I think it's good because they're delicious stuff. They're a great place. This is the time of year to be out there. Oh, my God. It's not, you don't have to just drink beer.
Things are in bloom.
Yeah, they're planning.
Oh,
they're,
bloom.
Nope. Shit. Little backwash there.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with Paul's changing times, and I hope this one isn't going to be sad because I'm sad.
sad.
I'm sad that you're not going to be a
Well,
Paul.
and
I'm
that
really sad.
Bums me out, but
Yeah.
there's next year.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
So changing times with Paul Main. Tonight's theme is to conquer with man or machine. Oh God. Okay. No, I always try to think what it might be, but I'm
Well,
gonna
that's
let you
why
do it.
I toss that.
Yeah, I love
It's
it.
fun.
I love it.
So the greatest bike race in the world ended, and unfortunately, Liège and Flèche and everything up to this is just like whatever. And it was probably one of the greatest finishes I've seen in a long time, and I think the world was happy about that. But I can't stop. I'm still rewatching the footage over and over again, and anything that comes in Paris-Roubaix, because this is the race that got me into it, that got me into cycling in 1984, and that was won by Sean Kelly.
Yeah.
And it was brutal, and I thought, this is the coolest race around, because you have, and we've talked about this before, the uniqueness of having a bike that isn't really designed to go on. That's the uniqueness of this race. There isn't hills challenging. You have a machine that is really not designed to go over these punishing cobbles.
Yeah.
And it produces the best race of the season. In my opinion, I think a lot of people agree with that. It is just exciting. There's always something happening. You have to have luck. You have to have good equipment, and blah, 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 blah. Well, there's so many podcasts I've been tuning in on, and they're on the mechanical side, they're talking about, well, maybe we go wider, like 40C tires and blah, blah, blah. And there were so many flats this year. They're trying to figure out how to make it work. And I thought, if we're going too far, because they're talking about bringing back suspension possibly. And I'm like, that just takes the whole beauty of that race. If you can design
And
a
then
bike.
BWR will buy it, and it's done.
That's right.
And David will sign up for the elites.
Good luck riding over that. Yeah. And he has to stop because somebody crashed on the Ironborough Forest, and their all heads bleeding. And, so,
airway breathing circulation.
Yada, yada, yada.
So, anyway, for me, it's like I think we just need to taper back on the bikes a little bit. Like, Tadej had a 36 that measured 38 on the front. He flatted twice. People were crashing big left and right.
Yeah.
In the safety of tubeless, I understand the whole idea behind it, and I'm not going to try and say, oh, they're bad. But we're worried about safety. But the problem with tubeless is that once it goes flat, you are screwed. You have to stop, or you can blow up a wheel, which we've seen pictures after pictures. The liners don't work. Trek actually had, a small little two valve. Did you see the two valve thing that they had on the wheel?
Yeah.
For a little bladder to hold. So when you do flat, that puts pressure against the sidewalls so the tire doesn't come off. And I'm like, you hear all the time about how unsafe the roads are. This race has been going from 1893, I believe, or 1896. 1896. These are the same roads, the same conditions and everything. And it wasn't an issue until we hit 30 miles an hour because of these wide tires, and tubeless has given them that ability. Now, cyclocross has a maximum of 32 millimeter wide tires. There should be no reason for road not to. It gets carried away. I saw Ghana flat, and he's trying to ride this on the pavement, goes around the corner and biffs it.
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys all saw that.
Yeah.
And it's like Visma was using tubular glue on the outside to hold the tire on, so when they do... This is not a good idea, especially when they're doing the average 30 miles an hour this year. And that's just not safe. Yes.
Is this like, this would not be different though with a tubed tire?
Well, I would not run clinchers. If
we're talking tubeless basically versus tubular.
Tubular
right?
is what they ran in the past.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you can kind of ride those out.
Yeah.
And for an example, my last ride a week ago, when I was frustrated and I went out for a ride, I flatted 10 miles from home, and I was on a tubular. I rode the whole thing all the way home. 10 miles. It wasn't fun, but it was possible. There's no way I could have done it in any other way. So, I'm not suggesting going back to tubulars, but we're getting to the point where we keep trying to like patch up something that doesn't work. Those inserts aren't working. The bladder didn't work. If we allow these like 40C, 42C suspension, that just takes away. It's an exercise contest. It's the beauty of that race to me is all about that, because you will have an incident. You'll have a flat. You might crash. You might have whatever, and that's the excitement of the race. You're just like everybody flatted at least 2 to 3 times that we're in the top 10.
Yeah.
And so,
how do you come back?
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes that bike race. When we were down here in this basement, we were just like, oh my God. We're just like, that cat. It's not like a flat, like a Liège where you're just watching it. And unfortunately, somebody flatted. Well, he's done.
Yeah.
Here it's like everybody has it. So I don't want to push bikes because we're going to get into what TTs are. Now it's an arms race. But we start designing special bikes for Peru-Roubaix.
I think that's unfortunately the nature of human of the fact that it is a sport run off of technology, off of industry, off of people wanting to make money. And as long as there are dentists, there are going to be new innovations in bikes.
But this is a unique race.
Yeah.
Because at time trials, there's time trials.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of them where they need a time trial bike.
Yeah.
There's one race that you need a bike that would have to be
would
perfect.
do this. Yeah.
And that's not realistic.
Yeah. It's like those RockShox forks they had. Gilbert Douglas Sal rode.
Or even the Future
Shock
for Specialized. They had that for a while. And like people, that's a great idea. Gone.
Yeah.
All that stuff's gone because it's only a one-purpose thing. Let them ride a bike, 32C wide.
I wonder when gravel bikes are going to make a debut.
Well, I mean, they did that because BMC raced it's called the Grand Fondo. It's a longer wheelbase. They try all these different things.
Oh, okay.
Everybody still returns because there's still only about 52, 55 kilometers of cobbles in a 250-mile race. So you've got to trade things off there a little bit. But that's part of the whole balance.
Yeah.
But if you start putting suspensions, lockout, all this mechanical, radio-controlled, where a sports director can say, okay, I'm going to cobbles and I'm going to add this much. And I'm glad they banned the stupid tire pressure thing, too. That's just dumb. You're taking away from the cool part of that race.
Yeah.
But
the luck.
Go. Yeah.
The factor.
Do you want the machine to win?
Yeah.
Or do you want the rider
to win?
Yeah.
That is good. I like that. Okay. I can't wait for the commentary on that one.
I know.
That'll
Yeah,
I'll make
I'm
that
gonna
a
get
short,
buried.
and I'll put that on Instagram, and I'll have like all the keyboard warriors, especially that most popular post I did the other day talking about keyboard warriors. But the highlight doesn't mention that I'm making fun of keyboard warriors, and then all the keyboard warriors chimed in, and I just sat back and laughed at the irony and the fact that all these guys are like, yeah, I could keep up with the women's peloton. I could do it. I'm a cat too. I got a really nice bike. I haven't talked to my wife in 5 years. My kids don't know my name, but I'm fucking fast. Let's get to asking Dr. David, shall we? This one is actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little close to home. One thing that came through all of this was supplementation. Taking vitamins, taking all these extra things. And we've talked kind of to an extent about supplementation, but there was one that I found really interesting was D3. And I remember you mentioning once on this show a long time ago about the benefits of taking a vitamin D supplement, especially in the winter and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm misquoting. Go ahead and tell me to shut the fuck up. This whole thing I've been going through, I was taking like 5,000 IUs of, is that the right measuring?
Yeah.
Of vitamin D3. Weather's changing. Things are getting better. Sun's coming out. Should vitamin D3 be taken year round or not? And how much should we take? Should we adjust the dose? If I'm working outside every day all year round, should I be taking it? What's up with D3?
Yeah. Well, vitamin D3 is very safe, but we have talked about it in the past with relation to how it can affect immune system, energy levels, fatigue. It is key in a lot of functions of your body that you want to maintain at least appropriate levels. For cyclists, it's going to help you a little bit with recovery, strength, and mood if that's something that we struggle with, which only I think we struggle with if we don't ride our bike. But the question of how much you should take, when you should take it, is going to vary based off a lot of factors for each different rider. So for one thing, up here in Spokane, our latitude is high enough that we aren't getting as high UV exposure. Vitamin D3 is the active form that's created after it's exposed to UV light in your skin, right? So you have to absorb D3 typically through the foods you eat. It goes through a process in your kidneys and then to the skin, and it gets converted by UV light. That's why we talk about if you're outside, you don't need as much vitamin D3, because theoretically that vitamin D you're absorbing is being converted to the active form. So up here, we don't get enough UV light necessarily to create enough all year round. So that's one factor, but somebody on the equator might not ever need to supplement.
Yeah.
The other thing is the foods that you eat. If you have a largely natural diet versus a processed diet, you probably won't need as much supplementation as somebody that's eating a lot of things that are coming out of packages. There's also personal health conditions people can have that cause them to malabsorb, things like Crohn's disease or malabsorptive diseases. But in general, where we live, I tell most of my patients, by and large, you probably could take 2,000 IUs a day and never, and that would be absolutely fine. And you may even still get low at some point. 5,000 is also safe. The thing is that you will see people exceed. They'll take the mentality that a little is good, a lot is better.
Must be better. Yeah.
I have patients that take 10 or 50,000 IUs daily, and you can become toxic on vitamin D, and it can affect calcium levels.
They look
in your
like
body.
the little kid from the Teletubbies in the sky.
I guess what, lighting up or something.
Yeah, it's the sun, the little baby's face in the sun.
So you can become toxic. So I don't think it's that a little is good, more is better. You just need some. And I think in general, cyclists probably, we don't have a ton of skin exposed by the time you put your socks on that go however many inches up you think is aero.
Yeah.
And then your bibs go down to your knees and your jerseys go down to your elbows. And, we all use sunscreen. So you probably don't get as much as you think. And a lot of us ride during the morning when it's not as much UV exposure. So I do think at our latitude, most people should probably still be taking 2,000
Wow. Okay.
per day, and then probably up it to 5,000. I will tell you that's mostly from experience. You're not going to find my experience of testing, a bajillion people for their vitamin D levels and trying to make them normal and banging my head against a wall, because the other thing that most people don't realize is that vitamin D is fat soluble. And in America, we have an obesity problem, and so everybody is also vitamin D deficient because all the vitamin D is in their fat tissues and not in their body or in their blood.
Shit, yeah,
so it's just a little rant there. But for most cyclists, that's not the case. We're not obese for the most part. So I think
you
for the most part,
190 pounds.
So I think that what I would, by and large, what I'd tell people is you probably should take something in the winter. Whether it's 2,000 or 5,000, I don't think it really matters unless you're going through testing, if you're otherwise very healthy. And in the summer, you should gauge whether or not, if you want to take something, take 2,000. If you don't want to take a supplement, don't take anything and just be outside. But when in doubt, you can always go get tested and see what your vitamin D levels are. I would not expect that this is going to be like a wild performance changer for people, though. So don't go paying ridiculous amounts of money to some online test service to find out your vitamin D is 2 points lower than normal. And get a prescription strength for it. So
I find it just helps with the little bit of energy level.
Yeah.
Like midday, I'm feeling more. I'm not coming home going, oh, holy shit, I need a coffee.
Like you work in the basement.
This is true.
Is even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
We all work indoors now. That's another factor.
Not me.
Yeah.
You sent us that photo. So, I mean, I try to sit next to the window, but it's north facing, so I'm screwed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Jackson, I always look forward to these cool down time with Jackson. And we had this name before Avery and
It's Alexi and Keegan.
Okay, I was saying Avery and Alexi.
Well, Avery's yeah.
It's a great YouTube channel, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I love his stuff. So.
Yeah. I will say that before I say this doesn't apply to like recent circumstances. But my question for you guys is, now that racing started, I've kind of actually figured out that I've kind of been doing this for a little while. I'm not really new to it anymore. And so I feel like I have a lot of experiences to be able to maybe give an answer. I don't really have one yet, but what is your racing pet peeve?
Oh, I thought
that
you were
happens
talking about
like during the race.
Yeah,
I know mine.
Oh,
David, do you want to start us?
Well, yeah, I know mine. When the race goes slow, like why don't people just like the thing? We all rip on gravel, but the one thing I love about it is if you're in that front group, you are charging until you're until you're either dropped or you're at the finish line. I hate it when a race slows down because everybody's either trying to save up for a climb or whatever, recover for a climb, or at the end of a race, I absolutely hate when people start doing like at the end of Freda, everybody's like trying to, make somebody else pull so they can sprint for 15th place or 20th place. It's different when you're in the front. Okay, that's different. If you're in the breakaway and you're gaming for first, I don't hate that. When you're gaming for 20th and everybody's like trying to play it smart at the end and won't pull hard, I hate that. Just pull hard and get the race over.
I don't know if I hate that. I mean, I'm not saying that I hate that because I like, oh, God, thank God they're going slow. I can keep up. But I also kind of like the cat and mouse and the chess game a little bit.
For first, yes.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Because I don't always like the Zwift mentality. 3, 2, 1. I don't necessarily like that.
That's
mentality.
fair. Yeah.
So, but okay.
But I just want to race hard always, and I hate when people slow down.
Okay. That wasn't my answer. I'm still trying to think.
Was this last week tough? Did you have a tough time with that?
Well, it only was a couple laps, and then I got to go hard because you guys had a big enough gap. So it was fine. But no, not just that one. It's Freda was a big one too. Like towards the end of that race, we were like, I think we were racing for top 10 still. But either way, cat and mouse at the end of a gravel race for top 10. I was like, come on, I'll just sit on the front. And you can sprint me. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm still trying to think.
You guys can either.
Yeah,
of you guys
for
can
me, it's pretty close to that, but it's a whole race. Negative racing, where one guy goes off, everybody chases and it stops. And then one guy
You
goes
should
off.
attack right off of the attack.
Yeah, and even when you do that, it depends on the race. For me, it's just like I let these clowns do their thing. It's usually halfway through the races where you're going to be able to really make things matter. So the squirrel chasers can just do that.
I did
It's
it.
just put it in a position, put myself in a position where I'm doing the least amount of work. And even when I'm sitting there and I see it go off and then the pace picks up, and I just like, crap. I hate it. I hate sitting in there. But I know that it's, it really, it bothers me because it's nonsense. It's, you have a plan and not send one guy out and then all of a sudden everybody catches and then it sits for a while and then one person takes off. Mm-hmm. There's got to be, there's strategy you can use, but that's lower categories, upper categories. There really isn't too much of a problem. I don't know if on the A races, they probably, because he's in the back, it's not going to do that. But
I'll tell you what, this guy though last week was calculated with what he was doing. Yes, it was
because
still,
your brother was throwing shade.
To be
right?
fair, they were I think I only got 3 attacks off, and they were. I even noticed they lasted a lot longer, and they were there was a lot harder for people to follow. Nobody actually followed. They were all alone. That's how I got the 2 preems. Was just so. It did. There was something to it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I will say, I'm trying to think. I was like, sometimes I don't like the people who are trying to, push you out of the way to get on the wheel in front of you with like 50 miles to go. I hate that. But then I realized the one that really drives me crazy the most. People who don't know how to ride a proper pace line. Oh. When the person in front of them pulls off and they hit the gas at like 10-20% more effort and string out the entire group. And it's not an attack. They think, okay, it's my turn to pull. So they go, and they go way too hard and it fucks up the whole rhythm.
Yeah.
When we did the TNT the other night, that was happening a lot. Everybody was hitting the gas every time it was their turn. And I'm like going, just stay at that tempo, man. Stay at 80% or whatever you're doing. And when they pull off, that means it's gonna slow down a little bit for you because you're on the draft. So you're gonna have to do more watts to stay at that speed.
Yeah.
Which is why you eventually pull off and let somebody take it. But instead of this surge and surge and surge and surge, it just fucks up the whole rhythm of a good group. And I don't like that. I don't like that.
He likes it.
No, I don't. I love a good pace.
Yeah.
I absolutely love a good rotating pace, and some of the best ones I've been in the last 5 years have been gravel races, unfortunately.
Oh, I bet.
Yes, because in the road racing, I don't know if everybody's too new or what, but I mean they're just disastrous. Everybody is doing exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
And at BWR last weekend, I was in the most brilliant rotating pace for a solid 30 minutes, where it was just we were flying 28, 29 miles an hour on the flats, basically effortless, and except for the few seconds here on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I pick another one?
I have 2. So
I don't like people who think they've earned the right to be cocky, who haven't earned the right to
You
be
and
cocky.
I have something similar.
People who are just who think they're trash talking, but it's like, who are you? So I don't know. Sometimes I see some people like that who
I was
get
going to
really
say
cocky beyond their level, their experience level.
the way to deal with people who accelerate is that the way I deal with it is I'm keeping that pace. That person
You let the
jets
gap?
up. No, I just let them do their own thing,
Yeah.
and I'm the front of the line.
Yeah.
So when I do my 30, 40 strokes, I'm off, and I don't care where the hell that guy is.
Yeah.
And,
You have
and then
to.
go back. You just ignore him.
Yeah. If you're
They're
going to
just-
surge and create a gap,
you just
I'm going to let
look,
you have the gap.
There
Yeah.
goes another match, you stupid idiot.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like flicking these things
Yeah.
out. So
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Now, I think I'm annoyed with all of those things, but the two that get me, one are what I call choppers.
No.
If they
in
just
the corner.
not even in a corner, just in general. Like if they're trying to go back into the pace line, it's not fluid. It's a chop. They just go right back in.
Swing right
Yeah.
way in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have recently said that I was like, whoa, like that's quite the chop that you're putting on there, because they'll just like come back in, and it's really scary because you can't predict somebody like that. And then I do kind of feel the same way. I don't love a chirper who doesn't back up their chirping.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna kind of like shit talk, and then you're gonna just not do anything the rest of the race. I feel like if I'm talking to someone, I'm gonna try and be active to earn.
I think we're both
the right
kind of
for that.
maybe have a face in our brains, and we're both kind of going, you know, the person who goes like, I was going to crush your ass there at the end, or kind of like that. You're just like, going, who the fuck are you?
I was thinking of a different
Yeah.
situation.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
There
of
was-
a specific individual who
Oh.
said like, I was going to attack to drop you guys.
No.
It was like, you were there?
Oh yeah. I also will say I do get in certain situations a little bit protective of my teammates.
Yeah.
So if somebody's, I mean,
It's family.
at a time, at a race, there was somebody who was on our team working hard, and somebody was saying something to them, and I was like, I got weirdly like protective of that person. So those are my two.
Especially if it was Josiah. If somebody badmouths Josiah, I'm stabbing him in the throat.
Yeah.
I
that could
love
be fatal.
Josiah
Yeah, he's a
Polar.
good
He's
guy.
my favorite guy on the team. No offense.
Well, screw you.
He's just an angel. He's
your
just
son,
such a
your
nice
son is
guy.
on the team.
I know,
Yeah.
but he knows that I love him. But Josiah is an angel.
He is an angel.
He's just
He
a
is.
nice
He is.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there we go.
He's
Yeah.
on rim bricks. That's why I like it.
And he's on rim brakes.
Yeah. He is.
And his name probably has a biblical reference. So, you know, there, see what I did there? There's no St. Jackson.
There is a St. James though.
There is a St. James.
He got his head
Yeah,
lopped
exactly.
off.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. That brings us. I have to skip trivia again. I had a great trivia tonight. I was going to actually nail it to all you guys, but you guys just talk too much. So there we go. We're not going to do trivia, but we are going to do our final K because we do the final K. Brings us to the end of another podcast. If you're with us still and have been with us, be sure to drop a review or subscribe to our show on YouTube, as well as check out our Patreon. That keeps us going, as well as gives us direct insight into these crazy combat turtle diaries, as I call them, progress on, and actually the upcoming book. I published a chapter there the other day. Our final K, gentlemen. On the screen in the bar is Education First's Giro kit. Oops. And an ad for Cycling Weekly. Let me find it. Where's my cursor? I'm going to run out of time.
It's on my screen.
Is it? It's on your screen?
Yeah.
There it is. Gentlemen, it's green. It's an alien type of a pattern. So I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to run out of time. There's an upside down cow on the back of it even. I'm going to ask you, hell yes, yeah, no, or hell no. Jackson.
Hell yeah, because it's silly and fun. I don't think it's that deep.
Yeah. Paul?
Yeah. I like
Yes,
the
yeah.
colors.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. It works for them.
I'm a hell yeah. I think it's hilarious. I think it's fun, and I think it should be their kit year round. I love that green color. I think that green color is awesome.
It's all about alien abductions.
There we go.
That's what
Yeah.
it's about.
Thanks, you guys. It's great to be back after 2 weeks, and let's do this again. Next week, we got to talk about, oh, shit. Nobody's got
All
a beer.
the stuff coming up.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the upcoming race.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah,
The one I'm not
exactly.
going to. Thanks.
Oh, Paul, there's still a chance.